gonna make this video even though I'm not prepared at all, as you see, at all. Because I have everything fresh in my mind, and I think it's important to share now that they're fresh. It's just like a fish. So, here's what the thing is. We did a video over a month ago talking about the overrated things about credit cards, and I promise you I'm gonna make one for underrated things about credit cards, and this is that video. Although I tied it as such only because I wanted to make a video about things that I realized that I can't do without anymore. And then I realized, I'm like, okay, all these things that I can't do without are all things that a credit card can help me with. So I'm going to talk about one credit card in the end, only as an honorable mention. You can get whatever you want. I'm not going to tell you anything right now. This is not a video to compare credit cards or anything, but I'm going to talk about the 5 things that I can't live without anymore. Since I turned freaking 40 last December 28th, it was my birthday. I turned 40, and yes, I'm a budget traveler. I like to travel cheap, but sensible. And sensible doesn't mean always the cheapest. Now, I'm making this video in a hotel room. I'm in a Marriott in Chicago. I came here for a business trip, and I have this trip. I just came today, Sunday, and then I had last month, exactly like a month ago, I was traveling to Costa Rica, or back from Costa Rica. Early December, went to Costa Rica, and that was Avianca. So that's 2 Star Alliance companies back to back. And I wanted to say there's a big difference between Avianca and United, even though they're in the same group. Anyway, number 1 that I can't compromise anymore is seat space. The seats have becoming smaller and smaller and tighter together, and there's no freaking space for legroom. Like, you sit there, the moment you try to move to go from butt cheek to butt cheek, you hit the seat in front of you. It's just painful at this point, and my gut is getting bigger. Over 100 pounds. 100 pounds, I'm saying, 100 kilos, that is. 226 pounds I am. So I think it's time for me to start getting Comfort Plus always. Always Comfort Plus. So I need that space, non-negotiable. Number 2 is always getting the freaking things that I need. I used to be a light traveler. I was traveling alone all the time. But I realized that now that I have a big family, I have 2 kids and a wife. She needs stuff for 5 people. My kids need stuff for another 4 people. And here I am trying to always put a pair of socks and a pair of underwear somewhere and just make it. Trying to save money on luggages and all that crap. I don't want to do that anymore. I think getting everything that we all need with us is important. So buy the freaking luggages, for sure. Number 3 is, if the flight is long, first of all, I want always, no matter who I fly with, I want them always to have complimentary soft drinks, coffee, and some snacks. Complimentary. That I want. Like, I don't want to be thinking that I want to pay extra to have some water. That is disgusting. That's what happened with Avianca. I don't want to do that anymore. But I also don't want to be cheap and not buy snacks if they're available, and I want to make sure that they are available. If I fly for over 1.5 to 2 hours, I want the snacks to be available, and if I feel like it, I'm not gonna think again. I'm not gonna think twice again. I'm gonna just buy and enjoy. And I did that last time with Avianca, even though Avianca was disgusting, their snacks were not. Number 4, get a lounge access that's appropriate to you. I hate lounges, or I used to hate lounges, because long lines, not good enough locations, at least for my flights, and not good enough experience to justify the investment. But now that they're getting tighter and tighter restrictions on these lounges, I went outside the United Club in DC before I left, and I thought it was very decent. I mean, I thought it was very decent. It wasn't packed or anything. There were plenty of people, but it wasn't disgusting there were no lines. So I assume they get better, and I assume that they will get better as the new rules kick in, like Delta's Sky Club is only gonna limit the amount of visits every year unless you have a minimum spend, and all these good things. So I think that's a good thing. I think it's gonna make the experience more luxury, as it should. So now that things are becoming tight, I want to get back to the lounge game. So I'm gonna talk about this later. Last but not least, non-negotiable is TSA pre and global entry, both, because I have both and my wife doesn't have any. And when we travel together, guess what happens? Somebody's not using their fast access, because I can't just leave my wife with a baby in long lines and I'm passing through and waiting on the other side. So I'm taking it like a good man I am and having to deal with that. But that's not gonna happen. Moving forward, we're gonna get credit cards, both of us, that gives us TSA pre, global entry. We're both gonna be getting in and out fast. Now, which card do I have in mind for my next credit card? Yes, this is probably my next credit card, and probably it's gonna happen on this trip. It's the United Explorer. Why the United Explorer? Many reasons, but mainly amazing sign-up bonus for little money, $3,000 in 3 months spent to get 60,000 points. And if you add somebody on your account, 65, so another 5,000. And if you get it on the United plane and you have one of those, the crew members give you their referral link or referral code, up to 70,000 points for 3,000 and 0 annual fee for the first year. You only pay $95 second year after. So that is amazing by itself, because 70,000 points with United, I checked. Round trip to Costa Rica, 44,000 points. Same trip, same dates with Delta, 110,000 points. Are you joking? It's not even close. So the points for the kind of trip that I want to do is much better. The points value. Then you get 25% off in-flight purchases. There's your snacks, there's your Wi-Fi, much cheaper. First luggage free for you and your companion. So we get at least 2 suitcases for free just by owning one credit card. And if we both get it, then we get 4. How amazing is that? For 0. Did I mention 0 annual fee? That is amazing. And then on top of that, $120 towards TSA pre and global entry. What else can I say? Oh, you want more? Well, priority boarding on group 2. If you don't know, United has 6 boarding groups. First is first class and all these people that pay a lot of money. And for cheapskates like us, we can get on the second boarding group. Why is that important? Well, first of all, if you have a baby, you just go first. That's what normal people do, and United does that. Congratulations, we love you. But even after baby is over 2 years old, where we need to wait with everybody else, boarding on group 2 means that you're gonna get overhead bin space, which is incredible. And if you're planning to go to a Comfort Plus kind of seat, instead of boarding to group 3, you're boarding group 2, and now you have for sure the overhead space. So that's amazing, and I think I'm going to apply on the way back. I'm flying back at the end of the week, so I'm going to stay in Chicago for a good 5 days, and then we'll take it from there. But that's all for today, guys. Let me know if I forgot something, if there's something equally, if not more important, that I forgot. But these are what's important for me, that I can't travel without anymore. So thank you so much for watching. Oh, next video, I'm gonna also tell you where I've been all this time, what I've been working on, and why you guys missed me, hopefully. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, ciao.